A loud round of applause.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shujamon Jose R. Sergeant at Arms, for that generous introduction. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and all my dear friends, a warm and triumphant good evening to you all. You can win. What an excellent theme that we have chosen for today. We are going through troubled times. For the last year and a half, we have all been locked down in some way or the other, but still we keep the positivity going on. How do we keep up this positivity? By sharing whatever that we have to everybody else and taking it back. I received a wonderful message today. Are you still thinking that you are locked down? Well, think about this. There is no lockdown for love. There is no lockdown for friendship. There is no lockdown for learning. There is no lockdown or limits for what you can do. So that has been the way we are all working in these 1.5 years. And I am sure this kind of a positive attitude and a triumphant mindset is what is pushing us all to go ahead and win. I believe with that note, with that positive and optimistic note, let us go on to this meeting. And I wish you all, before I start the meeting, I wish you all a very happy Eid Mubarak. We had a wonderful Eid last week, and I believe all our friends had a great time. And we are all rejuvenated after this short holiday break. And I hope all is well with your friends and family back home in India as well. Before I get on to the real meeting proceedings, I would like to congratulate the winners of our last meeting. Of course, last meeting, we did not have a conventional meeting because of the Club XCOM election for the next program year. But meeting number 48 was our regular meeting. So our best speaker in meeting number 48 was Toastmaster Neetu. Our best table topic speaker was Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim. Our best evaluator was Toastmaster Roy Jose. Our best meeting leader was yours truly. And the best of big three was Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam. Please give them a big round of applause. It is indeed important that we share whatever that we learn in the Toastmasters fraternity to whomsoever we know. And in that respect, we always encourage guests. In fact, our mentor, DTM Sridhar, used to say that the guest game is the one that keeps the spirit and vibe of Toastmasters surviving all through. So we have two spectacular guests among us today. One of them is a Toastmaster. He is actually from Eastern Province in Jubail. He comes from Mind Academy Toastmasters Club in this Division L. Toastmaster Balasubramaniam, the screen is yours. You could introduce yourself and you could share your thoughts, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, sir. Myself, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam. I'm Club President for Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. We are basically belonging with Area 53, coming under Division L. So through Toastmaster Jijo, I came in note about this great club. So, and I got the privilege of having the invitation and that here. Thank you for letting me in part of this evening. The theme was an inspiring one, so I thought I shouldn't miss it out. 2 weeks back, I was supposed to join, but I was not fortunate enough, I believe. So today I have my turn in. Pleasure to be a part once again. Thank you once again for the invitation, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Dr. Sundar. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam. And for the information of all our members, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam is representing his division in the SATAC evaluation speech contest. On behalf of all members at TAJ, we wish him all the very best. We have yet another guest with us, Madam Renat Raju. Madam Renat Raju, could you please introduce yourself? Madam Renat Raju Julius, I see someone joined there, but I cannot get a response from them. Okay, let us now proceed on with our regular meeting. Probably they are occupied and we can take their feedback or the introduction later on in the meeting. Before we proceed to the actual meeting, we have the tradition of learning a new word every day. So that need not be a new word. It could also be an older word that you all know. But how often do we use this to improve our vocabulary? So one such word that is going to be the word of today's meeting is going to be introduced by our word master, a member who joined us recently but has been energetic and impressed us all with his spectacular icebreaker speech, and also has been winning any one of the roles whenever he is attending the meeting. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim, our word master, to introduce the word of the day.
Presiding Officer, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
There is a famous quote by Thomas Paine: the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. It means that the harder the task is, the more you will appreciate it. For today's meeting, the word is triumph, which means a great victory or achievement. An example of using the word: the victorious army returned in triumph. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day, and I shall report on its usage when called upon by the General Evaluator. Back to Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Qasim, for introducing that beautiful word and explaining it to us with wonderful examples. So winning is all through hard work, perseverance, and perspiration. So in that context, if you all note, today is our 50th meeting for this program year 2020-2021. So this includes all the meetings that we have done since July 1, 2020. And it includes several joint meetings, speakathons in between, and also our regular weekly meetings. And one of the hallmark of this effort that we have all put together, I would say the entire XCOM team of TAJ Toastmasters Club, all the members, the strength and the backbone behind this remarkable achievement is that we have not even missed a single meeting in any week so far. Congratulations to you all on this remarkable achievement. And with that, let me move on to the educational session. So to conduct today's educational session, we have another enthusiastic Toastmaster. He joined us in the second quarter of this program year, but he has impressed us all with his ability to take up any role that is thrown upon him. And he has completed his first path and is almost halfway through his second path. And he hails from Darbhanga in Bihar and has completed his bachelor's in technology from Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University in Hyderabad and works in Middle East Fiber Cable Corporation, Riyadh, as a QMS ISO lead auditor. A great speaker, a responsible leader, and a wonderful person. To him, the Toastmaster of the Day's role. Toastmaster Hassan Hussain, the screen is yours. Toastmaster Hassan, I believe. Toastmaster Hassan?
Yeah.
Yes. I believe the problem was on my end. So did you hear the introduction of the TMOD?
Yes, it was clear. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster Hassan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President of Education, for this very noble introduction. I welcome you all, dear fellow Toastmasters, to this evening, where we will have an interesting session, and I believe that we will learn together new things today. Good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. As the theme of our meeting says today, it is really energizing, something that energizes you, something that motivates you. That you have somewhere some energy, you can win. We all can win indeed, but it needs passion. Actually, we all have some goals in our life. What we do is we work half-hearted, and actually Working half-hearted does not bring you half result even. It brings no result. We all can win. The only thing is we need consistency and passion behind achieving that goal. Someone rightly said that winners never quit and quitters never win. So the only different thing is the winner is always persistent toward his journey in achieving his goal. Actually, I can say that winners always try to do the things differently. They don't do the different things, but they try to do the things differently. This is the, you can say, extra activity or approach of a winner towards achieving any goal is. As we see in our lives, in our surroundings, a winner will always have the solution of any problem. But a loser, he will always try to give an excuse. He will try to give you the excuse for every problem. But in other words, a winner will always try to find the solution of the problem. He will always have a plan how to execute, how to make his journey successful, how to achieve his goal. Some people, we are willing to win. We are all actually, we all needs or we all want to win in our life. But what actually differs is we are not ready to pay the price, what it required to prepare to win for any situation. Only thing is that we have to spend some time over it, some effort, some consistency. It requires time, your passion, your effort, that will bring in result towards your success, and surely we all can win in our pace of life. It is nothing that is not achievable. Actually, what happens is we try to give effort and we lose hope somewhere in midway, and we don't realize that indeed we would have been very close to the goal, but we leave it halfway and we just miss our target, and that result in losing things. So the thing is, you should not give up. Keep trying till the end until you win it. So we all will learn today in our meeting that will really give us energy to win in any situation. As our VP Education mentioned, that how we have transformed our journey towards our 50th program of this year, and we have achieved so many goals collaboratively and with the support of all the teams. So without further ado, now I would like to dive into our educational session. And to conduct the educational session, we will have the supporting leaders, the pillars of the meeting today, who will be helping me throughout the meeting to conduct this meeting smoothly. Before proceeding, may I confirm with VP Education if there is any changes in the agenda? Mr. VP Education, kindly confirm, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. Only for the table topics evaluation, in case Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh is unable to join, it will be replaced by Toastmaster Sundar. In case he is unable to join, but we expect him to join before that.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, for confirming the changes. Now, I would like to introduce all our meeting leaders, the pillar of the meeting, who will be supporting me throughout the meeting to explain their role, what way they will be helping us to conduct this meeting smoothly. And for the first task, I would like to call Dr. Sundar to explain his role as a counter today.
Thank you and good evening once again, Toastmasters and my dear friends. As the R counter, it is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I shall be listening for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds such as and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means, At the end of the meeting, I'll report the number of times each speaker used these expressions, and I shall be reporting it when called upon by the general evaluator. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, for explaining your role. Now let us hear from our grammarian. Toastmaster Debashish, can you please explain your role as a grammarian today?
Thank you so much, the Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. So good evening, everybody. So it's my responsibility as a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to the language's usage. I will take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. I'll give the grammarian report when called upon by the general evaluator. And thank you so much. And over to you again, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Debashish, for explaining your role as a grammarian today. And I hope Wordmaster is already introduced by the presiding officer, so I will move towards the timer. I would like to call Toastmaster Salahuddin to explain his role as a timer.
Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As timer, I will time the prepared speeches, table topic speakers, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speakers of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific time remaining. Those giving prepared speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech time. Icebreaker speech should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. Green card at 4 minutes, yellow card at 5 minutes, and red card at 6 minutes. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. Green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks between 1 to 2 minutes. Green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. Green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. For all speeches, table top and evaluation, the speakers have 30 seconds to wrap up their presentation after the red card. Back to the Toastmasters of the evening.
Thank you, Mr. Timer. Now let us call our vote counter, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, to explain his role as a vote counter today.
Thank you once again, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters, as your vote counter, I shall be helping you select the best speaker, the best table topic speaker, the best evaluator, the best meeting leader, and the best of big three. So we shall be conducting the voting through Google Forms. The link for this Google Form voting shall be shared to you in the chat, and you can vote for the person whom you believe performed the role to the best of their abilities. I shall not be voting as the vote counter, and I will vote in case there is a need to break a tie. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar. Now all the meeting leaders are ready. I hope all the speakers and evaluators are ready. We are good to go towards the educational session. Today we have a lineup of 4 speakers and all the enthusiastic Toastmasters. We will be listening a very learning speech from them. Before I call our first speaker today, let us hear from his evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Guru Rajan, the objective of the project of the first speaker, Toastmaster Karthikeyan. Distinguished Toastmaster Guru Rajan, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. A warm good evening to all the Toastmasters. I'm happy to see you all bright faces after the Eid and a good vacation. Now the project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic. It's a research speech on the research. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. It is level 1, project number 3. You know, each speech is a step towards a personal triumph of becoming a successful public speaker. So in that way, I wish the speaker all the best and over to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Gururajan. Our first speaker today, he is working as a quality assurance manager in Saudi Ceramics from almost 10 years. He is married, having 2 kids, 1 boy and 1 girl. Let us welcome our enthusiastic Toastmaster. He is none other than Toastmaster Karthikeyan. Toastmaster Karthik, the stage is yours.
So I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Toastmaster of the evening. Learning is a lifelong process, said by one of the most influential management writer, Peter Drucker. Dear fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, a very warm good evening to everyone. Toastmasters, are you already all are aware about the ceramic tiles, right? It was available at almost of the places you have seen. Any day you have think about how it is made up of? Yeah. Today I'm going to explain about the manufacturing process and types of ceramic tiles. By the way, Toastmaster, what is ceramic tile? The tiles are generally made from a mixture of clays, sand with water. Clays, like ball clay, china clay, there is different types of clays are available, like silica sands are used usually. It was crushed with the ball mill, with the help of ball mill, as you've seen in the picture the right side. Then it will be get into the plunger, then it will be mixed up as a slip, and it will give through the spray dryer called, you have seen in the left side picture. It will be make you the, it will give you the output as a powder with the moisture content 5 to 6% in order to help you to press the tiles. Then there is apart another process, like as you've seen in anywhere the tiles, there is a glossy surface behind the tiles, how it is made up of glossy surface, and it gives the colors as well, like whatever color we can do based on the preparation of glaze. Then it will be go to into the glaze line called, like to get the printings. After apply with the glazes, then it will give you the printing. As nowadays there are several advanced technologies are available, as you shown in the pictures. Whatever we can like to put as a design as a printing. After a printing, it will go for a cook, like to firing, to make a firing with the almost the temperature around 1100 to 1200 degrees Celsius to make a firing. Then it will be segregated as a quality by sorting automatically, and it will be give as a packing, then it will be go. Dear fellow Toastmasters, mostly in a tiles, there are 3 types of ceramic tiles only available, like which is category by the ISO standards, like it called porcelain tiles, floor tiles, and wall tiles. How the porcelain tiles? The porcelain tiles usually made with the, it will be segregated by the water absorption group. Like water absorption is main, that it is part in a ceramic tiles, like with minimum 0.5%. Like it will be, you can see the porcelain tiles like in the airports, the big malls, railways, wherever you can see the big floors, it is filled with the porcelain tiles. Like floor tiles, you have see the floor tiles. The floor tiles water absorption should be 3 to 6% only, as you shown in the pictures. It is used in many of the places like parkings, walkways, like swimming pools. It is usually has to be installed with floor tiles only. And the last, wall tiles. The wall tiles, the water absorption should be more than 10%, like you have seen in many of walls that with beautiful designs. Instead of, dear Toastmaster, at this point of time, instead of loading you lot of information, I like to give some tips or advantages about ceramic tile before you to purchase. As basically, it is ceramic tiles will give you the lifelong, almost minimum the warranty will be 5 years to 10 years of ceramic. It gives good strength and it gives work for many years. Like it is very easy to clean and it's a versatile. We have several designs, like as you see nowadays what we can choose as well. Like it will be come into our budget nowadays compared with our other solutions as well. And the main is environment friendly, as well as at the same time it's anti-acid and fire resistant as well. Last but not the least, dear fellow Toastmasters, if you like to buy a good tiles for your house, please, I recommend to know about the water absorption group before you to purchase the tiles. Thank you. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthikeyan, for this informative speech. We all are using tiles in our homes, in office. We see daily, but today you enlighten us with different types of tile and how it is manufactured that I was really not aware of. Thank you for enlightening us with this information. Now I would like to move towards our next speaker. Before I go to my next speaker, let us hear from his evaluator the objective of the project of the speaker. And to evaluate the second speaker, we have an eminent Toastmaster, actually we can say a great leader, inspirer, my mentor, Toastmaster Sunny Kurvilla. Kindly please explain the objective of second speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hassan Hussain, the Toastmaster of the evening, for a generous introduction. The speaker is going to deliver her L1 P2 project, evaluation and feedback, the second speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that she has applied the feedback received from her first speech. The title of the speech is Woman's Dream. Time 5 to 7 minutes. Part Presentation Mastery, Level 1, P2. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunny, for explaining the objective of our second speaker. Our second speaker, basically, she is a software engineer, currently a homemaker, and she is always determined to chase her dreams, and she will be telling us about not only her dream, but as a whole, the woman's dream. She is none other than Toastmaster Neetu.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Neetu, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Little girls with dream will become women with vision. Last time I asked everyone a question. I think somebody will be remembering and somebody would have asked it to their family members. I hope so. Anybody?
Did you ask your girlfriend?
Okay.
Question was, did you ask your women in your life about her dream?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I have asked. And today I have another question to you all. Have you ever asked your daughters about the same? Last time I asked your mother, sister, wife, colleague, friends. This time I'm asking whether you asked your daughters.
My daughter's dream keeps changing every year.
And I'm still in way. Actually, I don't have experience of that.
Okay. See, little girls' dreams becomes women's visions. So definitely we should help our little girls to become big and to change their vision. So today I am in front of you with my speech, Woman's Dream. My second speech. Good evening all. See, in this world, about 50%, more than 50% of the population is women, but still only 5% are there in the front line. Why it is so? Have you ever thought about that? Whether the woman doesn't have education, or doesn't she have dreams, or does she doesn't want to chase her dreams? No, never. She herself is putting her back. Why? If she thinks that if she chases her dreams, or she goes behind her dreams, she has to sacrifice something. She has to sacrifice her family, or she has to struggle a lot to balance her work or dream and the life. So, who has to help her to achieve her dreams or to trump her dreams? See, from my own opinion, I think somebody will have some other opinions. It's person specific. For according to me, I will definitely tell that the woman, she herself is putting her back because of her priorities. She's making some priorities and she is putting that to her dreams to the least priority. She's thinking, if I go behind my dreams, I have to face so many problems from the society or from the family or from somebody else who is there surrounded with her. So she has opportunities, still she is not ready to chase her dreams. There are so many examples in the society that she is not. We have so many people in the society who came to the front line, and there are so many people we know in our day-to-day life who has achieved the same. So see, as a lady, as a woman, I can definitely tell that if I chase my dreams, I can be a model or inspiration for somebody else who is facing the problem without able to chase her dreams. Definitely we can help others to come to the front line and to achieve their dreams. See, there are so many films or so many stories we are hearing about that. As a society, they are also equally responsible to achieve the dreams of a lady or a woman. See, she can do wonders in the world. She is a God's creation. It is multi-talented. She is multi-talented. And God has created the woman in wonderful way. She is capable of anything. If you give a little support to her, she can do wonders in this world. So we should help our women, whether it is your mother, sister, wife, colleague, or your daughter, to achieve her dreams and to come to the front line of the things. Then she can do the wonders. Better late than never. We will help our daughters to achieve their dreams, and we will help our son to help their ladies to achieve the same. Thank you, Toastmasters, and thank you to all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madam Neetu, for enlightening a speech, and it was really an eye-opening for all of the male members who is sitting here. Will definitely agree with your concern that you have raised us, and we realize that we never realized to ask our daughters or the women partners for their dreams. Thank you very much for this enlightening speech. Now let us move towards our next speaker. Before I call my third speaker, I would like to call the evaluator, Toastmaster Sijomon, to explain the objective of the project of the speaker. Toastmaster Sijomon, kindly please, can you explain the rules?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Hassan Hussain. Today, my speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir, going to deliver his L1P2 second speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech based on the received feedback from the first speech. The time of the speech will be 5 to 7 minutes. Speech title will be How to Stay Calm. I wish good luck to my speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sijomon, for explaining the objective of our speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. Our speaker, he is a postgraduate in hotel and tourism management from the reputed college in Kerala. He has worked in Sultanate of Oman for almost 6 years in a hospitality industry. Currently, he is working in Dunkin as a training lead. He has joined our Toastmaster Club very recently. He is very energetic, the father of a beautiful daughter, and ambitious to become a public speaker. Please give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir, the virtual platform is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
In my college days, I was the boy who cried in front of 40 or more students. Fellow Toastmasters, are you ready to listen to my story where you will understand the importance of stay calm? Are you? Great. Let's get started. During my college days, especially on the weekends, we had a very interesting activity in our classroom. It's similar to our table topic. Our teacher will give us a topic and we need to speak about that topic around 1 minute. I was very confident that day because I'm expecting a topic like your first love or your favorite movie, something like that. Finally, I got the topic. It was, what would you do if today it's your last day on earth? What would you do if today it's your last day on earth? Near to 15 seconds, rather than thinking or talking, I was imagining myself. There are a lot of questions flying around my mind. What if I die today? What will happen to my family? Who will take care of my dreams? Am I going to die? Finally, after 15 seconds, I couldn't control my emotions and I started crying. The entire classroom could see nothing but my tears. You know what? Why did this happen to me? Because I couldn't stay calm. After this unpleasant incident, I was so embarrassed that I couldn't speak to my friends for next 2 days. But those days are self-realization days for me. I realized something, that I need to work on my emotional fluency. Years later, I got an opportunity to read a wonderful book. It's called Emotional Intelligence, written by Daniel Goleman. Let me tell you, that book created miracles for me. Before I tell you what did I gain after reading that book, let me tell you what exactly the steps mentioned by Daniel Goleman in that book. Step number 1, self-awareness. It is very important to understand our strength and our weaknesses, and most importantly, our emotions. You should understand the type of emotions that you are going through. And that is the first step to stay calm. For example, are you happy? Are you sad? Are you nervous? Or are you angry? If you put your emotions into words, that is the first step towards stay calm. Step number 2, self-management. This step actually will help you to control your impulses and extra reactive reactions. Is it difficult to understand? In layman's language, if you guess your emotion type was negative, it's your responsibility to change your negative emotion into positive emotion. How will you do that? Let me tell you some simple techniques. Take your phone and talk to your best friend. Listen to your favorite music. Take a walk alone and write down your destructive thoughts. That's it. Step number 3, social awareness. Being socially aware means to understand how to react in different social situations. It also means being aware about the world around you and how different environment influences people. For example, I'm a person usually used to watch funny videos. One day, I want to share one of the funny videos to my flatmate. When I reached in his room, he was not in a good mood and he was about to cry. So if you think this is the best time to share a video, no, I should ask him, hi buddy, how are you? What's wrong? You need any help? So this step will help you to react in different social situations, how to react. Step number 4, relationship management. It's an ability to connect with others and build positive relationships. For example, to create a culture of recognition, to create a culture of listening. If somebody talking to you, give them your full attention. If you ask me, what did I gain after reading the book? Within 3 years of time, my manager asked me to handle the role of operations training lead in my organization, which is usually handled by people with a lot of experience. And I hardly had only 3 years of experience. So you can see the changes that the book brought to me. One of the famous Buddhism affirmations said, our mind, it's like water. When it's turbulent, it's very difficult to see. But when it is calm, everything becomes very clear. Fellow Toastmasters, I request all of you to read the book Emotional Intelligence written by Daniel Goleman and understand the steps and implement in your daily life. And it's definitely going to tell you how to stay calm. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. Now, let us move to our next speaker, the final speaker of today's meeting. Before calling him, I would like to call Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam, his evaluator, to explain the objective of his project.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster of the day. My speaker, Toastmaster Jabar Ali. The purpose of the statement. The purpose of this project is for the member to present the speech on the topics, receive the feedback, and apply the feedback to the second speech. The purpose of the speech is of the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. The time limit 5 to 7 minutes. His speech titled The Power of Joy. All the very best, our speaker, Toastmaster Jabar Ali.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam. Our final speaker for today's session, he is a mechanical engineering graduate. He belongs to Theni in Tamil Nadu, currently working as a supply chain manager in Alfanar electrical system, and he is having almost 17 years of work experience. Luckily, he has only one wife and 2 daughters. Fellow Toastmaster, please help me welcome Toastmaster Jabir Ali on the stage. Toastmaster Jabir Ali, the stage is yours.
I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Pleasure is you. You are also the one who searches for pleasures. Is the famous quote from Bhagavad Gita. Yes, these golden words teach us to celebrate small joys with our family in this beautiful little life. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, warm good evening to all. Today, I am going to share with you all the power of joy through the speech. On his deathbed, Alexander the Great summoned his generals and told them his 3 ultimate wishes. First, the best doctors should carry his coffin. Second, the wealth he has accumulated, money, gold, precious stones, should be scattered along the procession to the cemetery. And third, his hand should be let loose, hanging outside the coffin for all to see. One of his generals, who was surprised by this unusual request, asked Alexander to explain. Here is what Alexander the Great had to say. First, I want the best doctors to carry my coffin to demonstrate that in the face of death, even the best doctors in the world have no power to heal. Second, I want the road to be covered with my treasure so that people sees that money acquired in the wealth, money acquired on earth stays on earth. Third, I want my hands to swing in the wind so that people understand that we come to this world empty-handed and we leave this world empty-handed after the most precious treasure of all is exhausted, and that is time. Time is the most precious treasure of all because it is limited. We can produce more wealth, but we cannot produce more time. When we give someone our time, we actually give a portion of our life that we will never take it back. Our time is our life. Dear friends, we have to laugh and live. That laughter will give us an inspiration to achieve our goal. The person who is happy in his mind has a smile on his face. The smile on our face is not only will make us happy, but also those around us. Express the happiness with our laughter. Happiness is an experience. Similarly, sadness is also another experience. For people who don't have peace of mind and clarity, even happiness will appear as an experience of sadness. A father belonging to a middle-class family had 6 daughters. They were all of marriageable age, just worrying about their marriage. He suffered a heart attack. He was admitted to a hospital. There was news for his winning $1 million in a lottery on the same day. His wife worried as to how to break this good news during this crisis. She requested the doctor's help. The doctor undertook the task by using psychological methods. The doctor slowly asked the patient, what would you do if you win $100,000 in a lottery? The patient replied that he would get his first daughter, his eldest daughter, married. The doctor continued, if you get $200,000, he said, I shall get the second daughter also married. All right, if you get $1 million, the doctor asked, oh, come on, doctor, where will I get the lucky chance? In case that happens, I will give you $300,000. Promised the patient. This unexpected happy news precipitated a heart attack for the doctor himself, and he died. Happiness, just as happiness is one kind of taste, sadness is also another taste. This philosophy may be difficult to accept. No matter how many hardships we suffer, we have to accept that this will pass and celebrate the small success of our life. Celebrate the success of wife, children, and friends. There is no man in this world without problems, but if we regret it, we will not be able to move on to the next stage of our lives. We have to keep our mind to be always happy by praying God, listening to favorite music, going to favorite places, doing meditation and yoga. This will bring us calm to our mind and will bring us enormous joy and power to achieve all success in our life. Thanks to all. Back to Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jabir Ali. With this, we come to the end of the prepared speech session. I would like to request our timer to confirm if all the speakers are qualified. Toastmaster Salahuddin, can you please confirm?
Toastmaster Salahuddin.
Yes, all the speakers are qualified.
Thank you, Toastmaster Salahuddin. I would like to request our vote counter to please share the voting link.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. I'll be sharing the link in the chat immediately.
Thank you, Mr. Vote Counter. While the voting is going on, I would like to bring you back towards our meeting theme. That, as we say, we all want to win. No one wants to lose. No one likes losing anywhere. We all try to do right thing at the right time. It could be a little thing. Sometimes we ignore it because just, oh, it's very little. It does not have value. But do you know, usually that little thing makes the difference between a winning and a losing. Winning does not always mean to become first. It actually means that you are doing better than what you have done before. A winner is someone who recognizes the God-given talent. He worked hard he tried to develop his skill to pursue his goals, and He tried to utilize that God-given talent and his skill to accomplish his goal. He never take rest until he reached towards his destination. Competing at the highest level is not about just winning. It is about preparation, the courage, understanding, and nurturing your people and your heart. Winning is just only the result of all these. It takes a lot of effort, preparation, and courage. Indeed. So there is no any gray area. Winning actually it takes precedence over all. So until you don't win, never lose the hope and never give up. And with this, I would like to move towards our next interesting session where we will have the table topic session. That is the interesting part segment of our educational session. And to conduct this session, we have an energetic and dynamic Toastmaster. He hails from Pakripalayam in Kerala. He has completed in Masters of Business Administration in Travel and Tourism Management from Pondicherry University. He is currently working for Almarai Company as a senior travel specialist. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Karunagaran Ramachandran on the stage. Toastmaster Karunagaran, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, for the wonderful introduction. Exuberant evening to all of you. Today we are meeting again with excellent theme. And are we really thinking about winning these days, particularly the current scenario? There are many things happening in this world. What are we trying? We are trying to save ourselves first. In this point of time, are we trying to win something? What are we trying to win nowadays? There are many questions I have listed today for our table topic session. Hope all of you know what is table topic session. We'll be getting 2.5 minutes time to speak, to think from our feet and talk about the topic. Timing criteria, 1 minute, you will get green light, 1.5 minutes, you will get yellow light, and 2 minutes, you will get red light. And within 30 seconds, you are going to wrap up your speech. I've selected some of the topics and I'll be calling the Toastmasters. I request all of you to switch on your video. And I'd like to call our first table topic speaker, Toastmaster Sunny Kurvilla. The topic would be, you have, Toastmaster Sunny Kurvilla, you have won many times in your life. You have won many times in your life. What are your strengths which help you for those winnings? What are your strengths which helped you for those winnings? The stage is yours.
Thank you. For winning, we need a greater dream. That dream or the imagination, how we can triumph after we achieve that thing, that is the energy. There is nobody in this world who came and achieved something without pain, difficulties. So larger goal, we define or divide into milestones. Nobody can achieve from starting point and reach ending point. There are in between, there are so many hurdles. Some people will fall down and what they will do is wake up and run opposite direction so that they will not face this problem ever. And some people, they will stand up, they will understand why I am down. They will correct themselves and run. These are the people. And I am one of that thing. When I keep one target and I will achieve that thing. For that purpose, we need to be wise enough to put some target which is achievable. Last week, I told my son, nothing is impossible. But I said, can you dip in water for more than 1 minute? I said, no, you cannot. Can a fish stay out of water for 1 minute? I said, no, because that is not the purpose. We should try something impossible, no, something possible, and what is going to give us some benefit. Don't put any target which is impossible or not required. Then keep on going. Nobody can stop you. Only the person who can stop you is yourself. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunny. I encourage all of you to use the word of the day. Word of the day is triumph. Let me call our next table topic speaker. I would like to call Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim. Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim, your topic is, why do they say participation is more important than winning? Why do they say participation is more important than winning? Stage is yours.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Participation is very important than winning. Yes, when you don't participate, I cannot win or I cannot lose. For winning or losing, you need to participate first. If I start fearing and if I start neglecting myself and I don't participate in any of the things inside, where is the victory? I cannot taste the victory first of all. I'll tell you the life story of a gentleman or a success story of a gentleman who lost his business at the age of 21, who lost his legislative assembly in the age of 22, again lost his business at the age of 24, and lost his sweetheart at the age of 26, and so on, so on, so on. He lost up to the age of 49, and he became the president of United States of America at the age of 52. He is nothing but Abraham Lincoln. This is the true story. He participated, he failed, but at last he claimed the victory. That's the triumph of the success. And moreover, the person who wins feels the happiness. The person who loses always feels the pain. So there is no pain, there is no gain. So for everything, you need to participate. The first step to do everything is take your step ahead. The first step is to take first step. This is the difficult thing. The first step is difficult. When you start taking the steps, the second, third, fourth, and fifth is going to be very easy for you. Don't get yourself backward. Move forward. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim. Wonderful speech. Whenever I attend the table topic, I feel I won something. No? I feel the triumph. I hope every one of you also feel the same after attempting the table topic. My next question, my next topic is to Toastmaster Rai Jose. Toastmaster Rai Jose, your topic is, what happens if everyone in this world stop pursuing their goals and ambition? What happens if everyone in this world stop pursuing their goals and ambition? The stage is yours.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. What a wonderful and contradictory question you asked me. The world itself, from the beginning of every mankind, starts from pursuing for each and every goals. From the finding of the spark of fire to the perseverance of the rockets to the Mars, everything is backed by goals. People are aiming for the goals. That's why human being reached at this level now. Now we are struggling in the period of this COVID pandemic. All the mankind has the objective of aiming to conquer this pandemic. We are achieving step by step into that. So if the people stop for aiming the goals, the mankind will vanish. The earth will be vanished, and the same like other plants. So if you can win over your mind, you can win over the whole world. So start to aim for some goals that will reach you to the heights, that will reach you the whole people in the world to the newest achievements and goals. Back to you, Tabletop Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajos. Our next table topic speaker is Toastmaster Debashish Datta. Toastmaster Debashish Datta, please unmute yourself. Your topic is
Sorry for the, go ahead.
Yes. Do you think winning is your birthright? Do you think winning is your birthright? If yes, how is it so? If no, why is it so?
Thank you so much. So let me have the privilege to have express my thoughts over that. So when you're talking about birthright of winning is something different, because winning is a state of work or activity, the way we win or lose. And sometimes we might have to win in life or in profession, and sometimes we have to lose to win. So when you're talking about a birthright, if you talk about birthright, we will become an obstinate, and we'll take the winning is only the sole purpose. And when you take the sole purpose of winning, then it creates the conflict. So to win is not just to have a conflict and to win, rather than sometimes we need to lose, because winning is a long-term goal and it's aligned with your overall objective, the objective of life, objective of philosophy, or overall whatever you think your overall strategic objective. So just to simplify whole thing, it's not, I cannot say that winning should be my birthright, or neither it should not be my birthright, because I cannot associate winning as my birthright, because birthright does sometimes give the citizenship or some of the normal rights is assigned to a particular persons, and which is actually inherited, or is sort of an legalized, or is a mandatory, the rights that we owe is as a matter of privilege. So winning is journey. If you see the different epics of different countries, even in India, sometimes strategically they lost to win in the longer term. In many epics happens in different religions and different, even the management books. So to take even the Peter Drucker's word, it's not winning is not the key objective how we manage things. So I would rather sum it up. So I will not say neither the winning should be my birthright, nor it should not be my birthright, because birthright and winning should run in parallel, cannot be synchronized. Thank you so much, and over to you again.
Thank you, Toastmaster Debashis. It was a wonderful speech. Again, I encourage everyone to use the word of the day. Word of the day is triumph. And our next table topic speaker is Toastmaster Guru Rajan. DTM Guru Rajan, your topic is, do you think values and ethics are more important to win? Do you think values and ethics are more important to win? If yes, why do you think so? The stage is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes.
For every success, the process in which you achieve is equally important, considering the winning also. Winning is important, but the process is also important. We are all talking about achieving great goals and ambitions and everything. Actually, if it is not added with values and ethics, you will lose peace of mind. For example, if I'm more concerned about my growth all the time, I cannot have the peace of mind. That's why in the Toastmasters, in our meetings, they also keep the evaluators. You really help the people to come out. You encourage the speakers. You tell them tips for the growth, for the improvement of the speech. And sometimes some of the speakers have become mentors. So you want others to grow. You're helping others to win their ambitions. How is it looking like? See, that is where you add more values and peace of mind. So without this personal example, which I can take, like instead of my own achievement in any of the contest or say anything, if I evaluated somebody and he gave a very good speech next time, I'm the happiest person. It is the inner craving in us that we have to show love and consideration towards others and proper ethics. History has shown examples like Hitler, who had his ambitions. All the ambitions had any ethics? Had any love? What sort of image is having in the history? People love him? Think about that. Simply having ambitions, growing, victory is of useless unless it is combined with ethics. It's concerned with love. Without that, the whole world has got no meaning. Dear Toastmasters, please, I urge all of you to have some social considerations in all your ambitions. Have love combined with your ambitions. Have ethics combined with your ambitions. And you'll be successful and also have the peace of mind. Over to the table topic most.
Thank you, DTM Guru Rajan. Thank you so much. Toastmaster of the evening, do you have time to add one more speaker? Thank you, VP. Let me call our next speaker, Toastmaster, Dr. Arunachalam. Dr. Arunachalam, are you there? Your topic is it important to learn every day for winning? Is it important to learn every day for winning? The stage is yours.
Hello, Toastmasters and wonderful guests. My topic is to winning. You want to read every day Of course, no doubt, if you want to win any of the field, to learn every day and you have to achieve whatever we like. For example, in my research field, we are doing several of research concepts for in microbiologicals, and we have to do the everyday the process of scientific levels, and then we have to apply the specific field, and we have to read every day, and then we have to apply and put the research, and then we have to publish the more articles. If you want to succeed in your life, you should be read every day. You have to achieve your level. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam. It was a wonderful attempt. I hope every one of you felt that you tried. Today, when I was searching the topic in Google, yes, I also got that out. What is called winning? Winning is what? Is it possible everyone can win, or is it? Or are we born to win? These questions, it was coming to my mind. So winning is something like it depends. What we name as, like in running race, the first person who is running first is the winning, or in business you are winning. There are different contexts. The meaning of winning is something different. Everyone is born to give something to this world, that itself called winning, whether it is a small thing or it's a big thing. So it's a debatable concept also. We can say that what is called winning, in which context we are taking as winning. So thank you for giving this opportunity. I really enjoyed as a table topic master today. Over to Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karunagaran, for conducting a wonderful and very interesting and entertaining session. Please give a big round of applause. I would like to request our timer to kindly confirm if all the speakers were qualified.
Sure, all are qualified.
Mr. Vote Counter, can you please share the voting link?
Yes, Mr. Toastmaster, I will share the link now.
Thank you. While the voting is going on, I would like to bring you back again towards our theme of the meeting. We can win. Winning the championship is a great personal triumph. In every triumph, there is a lot of try. And to win without risk is to like a triumph without a glory. If you really have a dream, don't just sit there. Gather the courage to believe that you can succeed, and try the best of you. Don't leave any stone unturned to make your dream into reality. Someone rightly said that don't let the mental block control you. Set yourself free, confront your fear, and turn the mental block into building blocks. To win without risk is like the triumph without glory that is really connected to this. The world's greatest achiever have been those who are always focused. They are always consistent toward their goal, and they are consistently following their effort. The greater the struggle, the more glorious is the triumph. So if you have really consistent effort towards your passion, it will lead you towards winning. And at least if you don't win, it will give you, it will make you a better person from what you were before. So what we said earlier, that winning is just not about competing on becoming first, but it also enlighten you, or it sharpen you from what you were before. So fellow Toastmasters, now we would like to move towards the very important segment of this meeting, that, as rightly said, most commonly, many times by our distinguished Toastmaster S.R. Sridhar, that the segment that we are going to have is the breakfast of the Toastmasters. So I hope you have all not yet taken the dinner. So meanwhile, take the breakfast of today's meeting. That is evaluation session. And to conduct the evaluation session, we have an experienced dynamic leader. He is a chief accountant in the Interplast company, living in Riyadh for past 16 years. He has completed Pathways Mentor Program, event manager in the Division B. He is Vice President Education of Grand Professional Toastmaster Club. And he is a great leader that I admire him, his effort towards his efforts and his willing and the courage what he shows the way as a leader to us. So he's an inspiring leader to me. Please put your hand together to welcome none other than Toastmaster Roy Jones. Toastmaster Roy, the virtual platform is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Hassan Hussain, for the generous and kind introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. So we reached to the last segment of our Toastmasters meeting, which is evaluation session. We have done our part already. Now we are eagerly waiting for how we did our performance today. So one of the main reasons we have evaluation portion in our meeting is to lift up, to triumph, to motivate or to inspire our members, also to mold their speaking and leadership abilities by giving recommendations from the evaluators so that they will come back and speak again. That is the main objective. So coming to the evaluation session, this evaluation session has 3 parts. First, I will be introducing the speech evaluators for prepared speeches and table topics. And second one, I will call upon the meeting leaders, the supporting leaders report. And lastly, I will give you the overall evaluation of today's meeting. So without any time delay, let us move to the first segment, that is the prepared speech evaluations. The time allowed is 2 to 3 minutes. I would like to call the first evaluator to evaluate the speech done by Toastmaster Karthikeyan. Here is a person who is a senior consulting engineer in Saudi electrical engineer, Toastmaster from 2007, ex-president of TAJ, distinguished Toastmaster, club coach of Mobili Never Surrender Club, contested in division. He has only one wife and one son. His hobby is music and yoga. Let us welcome our prolific evaluator, DTM Gururajan Rajagopalan. DTM Gururajan, the virtual stage is yours.
Open the timer.
So the timer and speaker view was spotlighted, so no need for pinning, sir. You just have to select speaker view and you can start.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for the nice words spoken. How many of you know about tiles now? So far, we were just seeing the tiles everywhere, but we were not thinking about it. Now, the Toastmaster Karthikeyan has emerged as triumphant speaker who made us understand about the different types of tiles, etc. Dear Toastmasters, his whole speech I divide into content and delivery. The delivery, the content, when I look at it, he started with a nice quote. Learning is a lifelong process. So all people, we got the interest and we were trying to see what he's going to tell. He has got a very good slides, which explains about different types of slides, manufacturing process of tiles, and then like different types, like it is porcelain type, floor type, and wall type, and how it is manufactured. I would say the quality of the slides which is taken is really remarkable. He did a good working on this one. And finally, he was telling about what are the tips of purchase, and then he finally ended. Overall, he gave a good research topic on the tiles, which very few know. And we all know about it because when we build the house, we require the knowledge. Regarding this delivery has got a good voice and we could hear everything. And we only can give a few tips which he could work on if you want, so that to take his speech to the next level. First, regarding the content portion, when he's explained about the manufacturing process, many of the people, they don't know about the bowl mill or crusher, anything like that. You could have indicated by the word crusher or anything like that. So we could have understood better what he's trying to say. Next one, he started saying that tips of purchase. I was very eager to know what I should do when I build my house. I thought he was going to tell some tips, but I didn't get any information on that. Perhaps he would have made the speech more interesting by giving some of the tips, how to reduce the cost, how to select it, so that would be very useful for all the Toastmasters. Thirdly, he could have added some personal story, a small story saying that whether he has done a mistake in building the house or his friend has done the mistake, how it can correct. So that he'll add some sort of spice to his speech. And finally, he's young, very much, of course, younger than me. He could have stood and then given his speech. So it would have been more effective. You can do Toastmaster Karthikeyan, you can always do it in a standing position. And you could have spoken for the full time. Why did you wait only for green? You could have gone up to the red so that we could have got more information about tiles. Overall, it's a very good speech. Only you have to add about the little bit of explanation on the slides and more expected how tips to the Toastmasters, and you could have stood and given the speech. Good luck to the speaker and over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Gururajan Rajagopalan, for the excellent evaluation. Now, I would like to call the second evaluator to evaluate the project done by Toastmaster Neetu Ratish. This Toastmaster, who is working as a financial controller in MEFC company, involved as key person in many multinational corporate joint ventures and mergers. A chartered accountant by profession with more than 30 years of experience. Past TAJ president, current Area 6 director. He enjoying his life with his wife and children, and his hobby is traveling and fishing. Let us welcome our Area 6 Director, Toastmaster Sunny Kurula, to evaluate the project done by Toastmaster Neetu Ratish. Toastmaster Sunny Kurula, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joey Ross, General Evaluator, for a generous introduction. I'm elated with that comments. The purpose of the speech was to demonstrate that she has applied the recommendations or feedback given during the first speech. And I had no doubt that she has, with 100% justification, done that. Please give her a big round of applause. Thank you. Just to understand what was the recommendations or the feedback, during last speech, the first speech, the clarity of the speech was good, vocabulary was good, eye contact, and grabbing audience. Everything was excellent. And today also, she maintained that level. And last time, the evaluator mentioned to improve her hand gestures. And I think she had done plenty of it. And also there was a recommendation to or challenge yourself for stage movements and voice modulation. There was, to be frank, frequent stage movements, and I suggest instead of frequent stage movements, pronounced stage movement. Stay someplace, talk something, and move to other place so that it will not look like as a distraction. Now going to the speech, dreams for young girls and vision for grown-up girls. I mean, women. She had a good start. She very beautifully linked her speech to the previous speech, asking question. What was the question I have asked? But beautifully, he did not repeated that question, and she came with a new question. Did you ask your daughter about her dreams? And many of us were doing an introspect. To be frank, I also went to my childhood and thought, what was my dream? Initially, it was becoming a bus driver because that was the biggest vehicle I have seen. Then a policeman, a liberty to beat anybody. And third one was to become a smuggler. That plenty of money to throw. It was really very good. We enjoyed. And as a recommendation, the word so is repeated. And then no need to say thank you. It is our duty to say thank you. Overall, it was a wonderful speech. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunday Kurula, for the detailed and perfect evaluation. Now, I would like to call the third evaluator to evaluate the project done by Toastmaster Mohammad Shakir. Fellow Toastmasters, here is a Toastmaster who is a graduate in physics, diploma in health and safety, working in GCC countries for last 15 years, and especially 4 years in KSA. He is a safety manager of ThyssenKrupp Elevator in Riyadh Metro project. He has wife and 2 daughters. He is the current assistant club growth director of Division B. Hello Toastmasters, let us welcome Toastmaster Shijomon Jos. Toastmaster Shijomon, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Roy Jos. A special warm good evening to my speaker, Toastmaster Mohammad Shakir. What a speech, what a delivery. Unfortunately, I got a chance to listen both speech from the first speech and this speech. And I read both evaluation from the other evaluator also. What an improvement when I look both speech. That what we need to achieve from the Toastmaster experience. When we look at the structure of the speech, it was strong script. Now, every one of us got the chance for understand the book Emotional Intelligence, wrote by David Goldman. I know that my speaker explained the 4th stage of the self-confidence, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. That's what we need to achieve. Thank you, my speaker. When we look from the last evaluation, the evaluator point out that 3 main areas for improvement. The first thing, the stage utilization. Today, I observe my speaker from the starting and the ending. he was missing to use that one. But in between, some of the area he was perfectly using and moving the stage here and there. That was very attractive. For the improvements, I want to recommend, please accept this stage movements that will improve you, take you to the next step. The second suggestion, the conclusion of the speech with some questions, some action from the audience. Today, I observed that he concluded perfectly with action with us. That was the purpose he achieved. The third suggestion was the examples. He explained the 4 stages in his speech, and the evaluator suggested that examples to add, to improve, to achieve the audience for the message. I can say that my speaker explained very well and add examples, and he achieved that evaluation point. So I wish my speaker, he improved a lot, and we are expecting more from my speaker, and I wish he will reach the public speaking, the term of public speaking in the next meeting onwards. Thank you, and back to you, Jam Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shijamun, for the excellent evaluation session. Now, I would like to call the 4th evaluator to evaluate the project done by Toastmaster Jabir Ali. For this, we have a Toastmaster who is coming from Pudukkottai, Tamil Nadu, working as an associate professor in medical bacteriology at King South University, and his research field of multidisciplinary sciences. Living in Riyadh for last 8 years. Let us welcome our next evaluator, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam Chinnathambi. Toastmaster Arunachalam, the virtual stage is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello, Toastmasters and wonderful guests. Good evening, Ananda. Today, my speaker, Toastmaster Jabir Ali. Thank you for the delightful speech about the power of joy. Now I hope that everyone knows about the power of joy in our happy life. He began his speech with quote from Bhagavad Gita, and he started very confident that is storytelling. He explained the 3 different power of joy through his speech. He spoke about great Alexanders, and he said 3 ultimate business. The first he said the doctors, and second the health accumulated money, gold, and third hand should be free. The lastly he said very wonderful verse. We come to the world empty hand, and we leave this world empty hand. He explained most precious joy, and he said very the confident about the power of joy. He had his involvement as he said the time is very important, and we can produce more wealth, but we cannot produce more time. He requested to all the Toastmaster a happy mind, smiling face. It is not only help them and also help to others around like him. And he explained both happiness and sadness or experiences. Finally, he explained value of the father's role in the family as a story. The positive point of your speech, the way of your organization, the speech was really positively. You quickly got the point of your speech, which was filled with joy. And we knew exactly where the information was. Since you are very prepared speech, your way of speaking, well confidence or admirable. And few recommendations for enhance your speech ability. You should use even more local variety. And due to this, you can make the eye contact for your audience. It will be even more successful. Back to general evaluators.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam. Fellow Toastmasters, let us go for the next evaluation session, that is table topic evaluation. Today's table topic master was Toastmaster Karunakaran. This will be evaluated by our VP Education, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam. Toastmaster Sundar, the virtual stage is yours.
General Evaluator, can I confirm my timing because it was 6 speakers? So we will have 30 seconds per speaker, right?
Yes, 30 seconds each plus 30-second introduction and 30-second closing.
So it is like 3 minutes green, 3 minutes 30 seconds yellow, and 4 minutes red.
Exactly.
Timer, please note it.
3 minutes, 30 seconds, and 4 minutes.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a warm good evening to you all once again. What an exuberant session, rather a triumphant session that we had today, where the table topic master, Toastmaster Karunakaran, dished out 6 beautiful topics all about winning and the different paradigms of winning in all our lives. It was great topics so that the speakers could attempt them in a great fashion, and we all had an engrossing session today. So let me move on to each speaker's evaluation now. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Sunny Kuruvilla, who was talking about his strengths for winning. He actually nailed on the point that it is your mind, your mental strength, and what you think in your mind matters the most. He explained his concept extremely very well and also gave an example of how he advised his son that winning is all within yourself. If you think that you can win, definitely that is the greatest strength that you can have. Having said that, Toastmaster Sunny Kuruvilla, you are indeed an experienced speaker. The just simple improvement that I would suggest to you is like to improve your speaking position. Whether you're sitting or standing, you could use more hand gestures and body language and facial expressions that will add value to your speech. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim. He was talking about participation is more important than winning. He explained the points so very well, and the best part of his speech was how he connected the anecdote of Abraham Lincoln, how he failed so many times, but he did not fail to participate and won at the end of the day. And he also closed in with a call for action, like we all should not be giving up at any point in time when we see failure, but we have to go ahead and win. So for Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim, the one improvement that I would suggest to you is like, please feel free, don't keep your hands tied up, feel free, relaxed, and so you are able to give your hand gestures and body language in a much more fluent fashion. And the third speaker was Toastmaster Rai Jost. He was speaking about what happens if everyone stops aiming for goals and ambitions. A great way of explaining how the world, everything that we see around us is all because of goals and ambitions of somebody at some point of time somewhere. So that was very well explained. And he also said like, win with your mind and win the world. So it was also a great way of putting across a message to the audience, and he ended with a call for action. But one thing that was missing and could have been added upon Toastmaster Roy Jost is adding a personal example or an anecdote to add more value to your speech. Our fourth speaker was Toastmaster Debashish. He was talking about, do you think winning is a birthright? Extremely very well answered. He just nailed it down on the very first few opening sentences of his speech that winning is not a birthright, but indeed, it is indeed a state of mind. And he also went on to say that it is indeed the journey of winning and not thinking that you are birthright, which will ultimately put you down to failure. He also summarized his speech in a very well fashion. But one thing that I would suggest for Toastmaster Devashish to improve upon his speech the next time is to take care of his speaking position. Again, use your hand gestures, use your body language, move on in your stage, and also try to add personal examples or anecdotes from anywhere in this world. And our fifth speaker was Toastmaster Guru Rajan, who was talking about value and ethics are important to win, and he was asked to explain why. A great way of opening a speech, he opened with a quotation that was emphasizing the message, and then he went on to give two examples, one for values that was about Toastmasters and mentoring, and about ethics, where he was talking about Hitler's example, how Hitler was a great leader, but whatever he did was not ethically right. And then he concluded with a call for action. And this was indeed a good package of a table topic speech that I would say as an example for all our other remaining speakers, because it had the message, the personal and examples and anecdotes, and a call for action. And also you look at the stage usage, the body language, and the gestures. One thing that I would ask or advise or suggest to DTM Guru Rajan is like he could talk about the 5 core values of Toastmasters, which are integrity, respect, service, and excellence, which all come within value and ethics. And last speaker was Dr. Arunachalam, who was asked to speak about the importance of learning every day for winning. He answered very well and also gave an example from his own personal life. A point of improvement for him would be to carry on with whatever he started. Like it was his personal example. He can add on more to it and then end up with a call for action or a closing message. And also he should take consideration about his virtual background. On the whole, it was a great session. I enjoyed, like you all. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, for the wonderful table topic evaluation. Now, Mr. Vote Counter, let us go for the voting for the best evaluator of today. Before that, Mr. Timer, all the evaluators are qualified. Toastmaster Salahuddin, all the evaluators are qualified.
Yes, all are qualified.
Thank you. Mr. Vote Counter, let us vote for the best evaluator of the day.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. I will share the link now.
Thank you. Meantime, let us move to the second part, that is the meeting leaders report. The time allowed for each report is 1 minute. Try to conclude within 1 minute. Now, I would like to call the first meeting leader, the word master, Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim, to present his report. Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal.
Good evening, Toastmasters of the day. Evaluator Toastmaster Guru Rajan, he used the word triumph twice and during his evaluation. And the evaluator Dr. Sundar, he used one time the word triumph. Apart from that, no one else used this word. Thank you. Back to the Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim. Now let us call the next meeting leader, Accounter. Today's Accounter, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar. Please present your report.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. It was indeed a great session. We saw not many of our members using filler words or repeated words or ineligible sounds. It was good to know as a Vice President Education of this club as well. So for the prepared speech, it was seen as this. Toastmaster Karthikeyan, he used the word, he used R 3 times and he repeated the word like. Toastmaster Neetu used R once and she repeated the word so 3 times. Toastmaster Shakir had no ineligible sounds, but he used the word but 2 times. Toastmaster Jabalari used R once and twice. I was unable to evaluate it during the table topic session because I was evaluating the session itself. For the evaluators, Toastmaster Guru Rajan used once, once, and he repeated the word so twice. Toastmaster Sunny did not use any of these ineligible sounds, but he used repeated the word and a couple of times. Similarly, Toastmaster Shijamon repeated the word and a couple of times, and he used once. Dr. Arunachalam during his evaluation used once, once, and once, and there were no repeated words. And I also used a couple of and during my evaluation, but I could not have a count on it. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar. Now let us move to the Grammarian Report. For this, I would like to call Toastmaster Debashish to present the Grammarian Report. Toastmaster Debashish.
Good afternoon, Mr. Evaluator. So, sir, just to mention that I could not identify the major issues in the grammars. Most of the speakers they spoke very well. A couple of things. I mean, nice to have the improvement points that I noted down in two sections. One is improper use and correct suggestions. Like, for example, make a firing. It should be trigger the firing process or make a fire. Sometimes it's a disjointed, like give you lifelong. It will be lifelong guarantee, or guarantee will be lifelong. Also, some of the speaker has mentioned that she herself putting her. It should be she is putting herself. So it should not be twice emphasizing. And also some of the plural, the cases, singular plural cases issues, like people who has achieved. It should be people who have achieved. And other things that the natural English part, which is mentioned by the speakers, one of the speakers, that Mani occurred. It cannot be the Mani occurred. It should be Mani stage or Mani evolves. And last of all, that there is a minor the grammatical errors, like bring us to come. It should be bring us come or bring come to us. And that's all. And over to you, Mr. Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Debashish, for the detailed grammarian report. Now, I would like to call the important meeting role, timer. Toastmaster Salahuddin, could you please present your timer's report? Toastmaster Salahuddin, you are muted. You are muted.
Am I audible?
Yes, now.
For the prepared speech, TM Karthikeyan, 5 minutes qualified. TM Neetu Ritesh, 6 minutes 2 seconds qualified. TM Muhammad Shakir, 6 minutes 5 seconds qualified. TM Jabir Ali, 6 minutes 45 seconds qualified. And evaluation session, DTM Guru Rajan, 3 minutes qualified. TM Sunny Kuruvila, 3 minutes 3 seconds qualified. TM Shijumon Jos, 3 minutes qualified. And TM Dr. Arunachalam, 3 minutes 4 seconds qualified. What else? Is there anything remaining?
Table topic session?
Yes. Regarding table topic speeches, TM Sunny Kuruvila, 2 minutes qualified. And TM Iqbal Qasim, 1 minute 38 seconds qualified. TM Roy Jos, 1 minute 32 seconds qualified. TM Debashish Datta, 2 minutes 3 seconds qualified. And TM Guru Rajan, 2 minutes qualified. That's all from my part.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Salahuddin, for the detailed timing reports. With that, we completed today's meeting leaders report. Mr. Votkonder, let us vote for the best meeting leader. Thank you. Meantime, let us evaluate today's meeting overall evaluation. Today, Toastmaster Shijomon Jos, as the Sarjadinam, started meeting on time. He started meeting with full energy, and that energy, we can see we are continuing that energy throughout the meeting. Now, the presiding officer, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, took over the presiding officer role. Thank you for that. He started his meeting, opened it very well. He acknowledged the last meeting winners and the guests were properly welcomed by him. He called the word master and word master introduced a wonderful word of the day. Then comes the Toastmaster of the day. He came with a wonderful theme, you can win. That was interesting and inspirational. He explained about the theme very well. Then he introduced about the meeting leaders in an organized way. The transition between the prepared speeches was smooth. He well introduced each speakers, and the lectern was handed over between each speakers. That was awesome. All the speakers today done their job, excellent job, because what I noticed was each prepared speech today carries a message to us. That is the happy thing which I noticed, because a lot of people paying lot of classes for motivational classes, inspirational classes, paid classes. But if we arrange our prepared speeches in this way, with lot of inspiration and motivation in their speeches, our Toastmasters meeting will go to the next level. That was great. Only one suggestion: the speakers stick to the objectives of always stick to the objectives of the project, because Toastmasters International arranged the prepared speeches and levels in such a way that if the person covers a project, he must have achieved some targets. So everybody should achieve that objective. For example, the research and presentation, but we need to check about the objectives, then prepare the speech accordingly. Then coming to the table topic session, today's table topic session was excellent, done by Toastmaster Karunagaran. Very good topic, directly connected to the theme of the day. That was great. What I noticed was he said about the word of the day to encourage the Toastmasters to use the word. That was wonderful. That was interesting. So that everybody can use the word triumph each and every time. So that was great movement. One recommendation for table topic is if you read the topic first, then call the speaker, because if you call the speaker first, then everybody will be in a lazy mood, because that topic is not for me. So you read the topic first, then call from the Toastmasters for the speaker. That will be more effective, because everybody will be thinking about the topic. Coming to the meeting leaders report, all the meeting leaders done their part. Excellent report presented. The word of the day was challenging, and most of the Toastmasters tried to use the word of the day. So fellow Toastmasters, that's all about today's meeting. Did we learn something new from this meeting? If yes, today's meeting was a success. I'm glad to be a general evaluator of the day. With this, I'm handing over my lectern to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Hassan Hussain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rai. Thank you for conducting such a great session with such energy. And it was really a learning session. I hope all the Toastmasters have taken the breakfast very well now, and they will add up the spices in their further speeches, and in the further meetings we will improvise what we have learned today in our today's evaluation session. Coming back to our meeting theme, winning. What rightly said is a winner never stops trying. Winning actually is a fun, but it is not a point. Winning is not the point. What basically important is wanting to win is the point. Not giving up, that is the point. Never letting up is that the point. And never being satisfied with what you have, that is the point. Regardless how you feel inside, always try to look as a winner. Even if you are far behind of your target, a sustained approach towards your target, a consistent approach with the control of confidence in yourself and with your mental preparedness, surely you will result into a victory. So never lose the hope, never stop the trying, and never get disheartened of not being on the top of the winning position. So with this, we all really enjoyed the today's session. I enjoyed being your Toastmaster of the evening, and I extend my thanks to all the meeting leaders, all the members, participants who supported well to conduct this meeting and to proceed this meeting very successfully. I hope we all have learned a lot from today's session. And with this, I, Hassan Hussain, your TMOD, conclude this session and hand over the lectern back to the presiding officer. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hassan Hussain, for that vibrant session. As you rightly said, winning is not all in life. Aiming towards the win is the real triumph in life. Thank you very much for that great session of prepared speech, evaluation, and also our table topic master and general evaluators, the big three role players who did a fantabulous job. And in these kind of meticulously planned and executed meetings is what we see the small triumphs in our Toastmasters journey. Thank you very much, and give a big round of applause for all of them. So having said this, I will now call for the voting for the best of big three. The link is being shared in your chat box. Please vote for the best of big three. As the voting goes on, it is usually our convention to call feedback from our guests. Unfortunately, our guest, Toastmaster Bala, excused in between because he had to join another session for his contest orientation. We also had another guest, Toastmasters, Mr. Surya Kanta. I had been informed about him from Toastmaster Jijo, but unfortunately, he joined us a little late before we started the after we started the prepared speech session. We couldn't call for his introduction, and he has also left. Anyway, we will get in touch with him through our Vice President membership so that he could join us at the next meeting. So in the meantime, I would like to call for another important announcement. And I guess that the announcement is better made from the event chair. As a club, we are actually planning for an event, which is coming up early next month. So let me call upon the event chair, Toastmaster Roy Jose, to make the announcement regarding the event. And I request on behalf of the entire club and XCOM team to fully support Toastmaster Roy Jose in this endeavor. Toastmaster Roy, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, for the opportunity. So as you all aware about the event, we are making this program year. We are closing this program year with a fantabulous event for the children, especially from 10 to 18 age. The theme is best out of waste. That means we are going to improve, or we are going to showcase our children's creativity. So that is the event we are going to conduct in the 5th of June. We already shared the flyers and the registration link. So I request all for sharing in your personal groups and try to participate all your children's or friends in that contest. There is no charge for registration. We are conducting this as free. We are giving attractive prizes to the children. Of course, in this pandemic online contest, they will get a great chance to showcase their abilities. So I request all of you to share and support that event in all the way. Back to you, Vice President, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Roy Jose, for conceptualizing such a noble event. In fact, as I told, it is in these troubled times that we need optimism and positivity to the greatest extent possible. So what better way could we have than encouraging our children to do something from their home? There's so much that we throw away thinking that it is waste, but could be used in a much, much better way. We always remember the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. So that's the basic concept behind it. I encourage, on behalf of the event chair, Toastmaster Roy, please spread out the word. It is not necessary that it's only the children of Toastmasters. It can be any children, your friends' children, and things like that. And we have the link and the link for registration and the guidelines for the contest being shared in our WhatsApp group. Please feel free to spread the word out and let everyone enjoy and benefit out of it. With this, we come to the end of the actual meeting, and it is now time to announce the results. So the results are ready. So let me now share the screen for the winners of today's meeting. Okay, here we go. Best speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. The best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim. The best evaluator, yours truly. The best meeting leader, Toastmaster Abdul Latif Salahuddin. And the best of victory, RTMOD, Toastmaster Hassan Hussain. Congratulations to all the winners. With that, we come to the end of the meeting. Now I request you all to stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
With this, we adjourn today's meeting. The meeting is adjourned.